to be what you might have been in life. Take this from a woman who came from a very poor background and was considered not very pretty by society's standards, and she had no pedigree and no social standing. And then, let's add something to that, she ran off from her family to settle with a man who was already married, and of course, she made a name in a period when women were considered not fit to write, not fit to be read. But George Eliot became a name that history retains, and she's being taught today in school to many people. That's how I want to say good morning to you on Hello Cameroon, to say please don't let any obstacle stand on your way. Whether people think you're ugly, whether people think you're poor, it's all in your heart and in your ability to define yourself. And talking about being unstoppable, please let's set the ball rolling on Hello Cameroon today by getting you briefed. Good morning.
Everything was essentially done in the mother tongue, from choral music, traditional dances, sketches, as well as educative talks, with the sole objective of highlighting the nation's rich culture in diversity and what the youngsters stand to benefit when they give meaning and importance to their mother tongue.
I can't want to do anything in Kako.
With this year's theme tailored towards sustainable futures through multilingual education, parents and other curious guests were thrilled to appreciating the beauty behind the mother tongue, like the national anthem in Bulu. It was also an occasion for education officials in the region to remind parents on the need to teach and communicate with their children using the mother tongue so as to enable them effectively learn other languages.
The mother tongue is so important in the learning process because when a child starts from the house by knowing the basic of the language, it helps the child in the future to master the foreign languages. The parents are the ones to initiate children at home with the mother tongue before taking children to school.
The various activities organized to emphasize the importance of the mother tongue in the learning process and the molding of young Cameroonians adds to already existing efforts to bring about sustainable quality learning and social inclusion for all.
Na pula tom c'est sona message
de quoi Saint Jérôme.
Many like these youths find it difficult constructing a sentence in their mother tongues here in Douala. The reason for this, according to most of them, is because they hardly hear their parents speak their mother tongues at home.
My biological kids, adopted kids, all kinds of kids, I have them at my home. So it's sometimes difficult to concentrate on the mother tongue.
To cover up this gap, some of the parents during the holidays send their kids to the village.
Yes, during holidays, I make sure they go to visit their grandmother. I make sure they go to visit their grandparents in Manfe. First of all, we are from Manu. So I send them for holidays to go and visit so that they can be able to get acquainted with the language.
Unlike Mrs. Ayukita Pamela, other parents prefer encouraging their kids to take up classes in their mother tongues.
Where are you going? I am going to village.
Other institutions like the church also promotes the use of mother tongues in their activities.
And it is a conviction of the church that all the cultures have values. And so in the church, we are trying to give value to promote our culture through these languages, of course. not only the language is used, but we also try to use other values as means to transmit the gospel.
To mark this year's edition of the International Mother Tongue Day, the National Association of Young Binam Artists organized this 3-day mini-cultural festival at the St. Michel College. According to the organizers, the aim is to promote the valorization of the mother tongue and traditional dances.
Even though out of active service for 24 years, the late Commissioner Boniface Thomas Pacha received honors which were not a mere respect of tradition in the police force. From the Boya Regional Hospital to military honors at the Bongo Square, the one-time commander of the Mutengene Police Training College received recognition for touching professional lives.
To respect ethics and deontology and to nurse that proximity police from which we can have more information to ensure our daily mission. So it is through people like Mr. Late Pacha that this one will be acquired.
The itinerary, punctuated at the St. Pius Catholic Church, Bota, was marked by testimonies from family and friends, all talking about the traits of humility and hard work. Passing on at 80, a prayer was made for the repose of his soul and a call for the police to emulate Pa Pacha.
An icon, a top-ranking policeman. We, the younger generation, we have to learn from him, from his example. He was a disciplinary man, a hard-working man. Those are the qualities we are looking for, so that the younger policemen should resemble Pasha Boniface.
The one who was first ever Inspector General at the General Delegation leaves behind a wife, children, grannies, and a police family to whom he was teacher and leader.
Residents at the Mbombang neighborhood of Baba 1, the stout Christian Giroux came to Cameroon in the early 70s as a French expatriate.
In 1974, I was sent to Cameroon by my government, and I was posted in Buea, then French by radio. So our mission was to train the English-speaking civil servants to understand French and be familiar with the language, since the two languages were being used.
Enchanted, wooed and enticed by the Papiakum lifestyle, the Frenchman later found a home and family in this community.
In Buea, I had the houseboy who was a brother to the Fon of Baba, to the late Fon of Baba. So that's how I came in, I think in March 75. From one step to another, I became familiar to everybody in the village until they said I could take any land here to build my house. Gradually, I settled here. I married here.
Today, Christian Giroux is 90th Noble of this fondom with the title of Momema.
He participates in the cultural activities of the local community.
I penetrated, I can say, the culture here, and when my people come, I can show them what is going on here, and I can show them in a way, since I know it from inside.
Though his spouse and children are now in France, the retiree is actively involved in agriculture and livestock breeding.
I started a few years ago with only a few fowls. Then I got turkeys, and guinea fowls, pigeons. I had some ducks, and I'm expecting geese very soon.
Or, as Christian Giroux is commonly called here, though attached to his fatherland, feels at home in this local community.
Actually, I spent about 9 months out of 12 here, and the remaining 3 months in France.
In his opinion, multiculturalism is a reality in Cameroon, and Baba One is a true microcosm.
C'est ici, dans le village Massakurueta, situé à une cinquantaine de kilomètres de la ville de Yagua, que cet accrochage entre les bergers nomades tchadiens et les habitants s'est produit cette semaine. Informé, le prophète du Mayo Danaï est descendu sur les lieux pour s'enquérir de la situation.
Il y a eu l'attaque entre quelques citoyens tchadiens et camerounais. 8 ressortissants tchadiens ont traversé le Logon à la recherche de 6 ânes disparus. Mais ils ont entré chez M. Lanasso, que nous venons de voir tout à l'heure. Ils lui ont demandé de produire les ânes. Mais le monsieur, apparemment, a déclaré qu'il n'en a pas. Il n'a même pas volé. Mais sur les différences entre les deux côtés, il se retrouve qu'on l'a fléché au niveau d'abdomen.
Une fois fléché, Laoussou pousse un cri de guerre qui alerte tout le village. Et la riposte sera énergique, avec des blessés qui ont été pris en charge à l'hôpital régional de Yagua.
J'ai reçu 7 blessés, dont 2 graves et 5 cas modérés. Les 5 ont évolué favorablement et les 2 autres également. L'un a été opéré pour une plaie pénétrante de l'abdomen. Le deuxième est en observation, en réanimation pour traumatisme crânien.
En compagnie du prophète du Mayo Danaï, Madame Safia Wambi, prophète du Mayo Kébi Est au Tchad, est allée au chevet de ses concitoyens cette semaine. Après une réunion restreinte, elle a invité les populations tchadiennes et camerounaises à cultiver le vivre ensemble pour une bonne relation entre ces deux pays, unis par la géographie et la culture. La situation est actuellement sous contrôle et une enquête a été ouverte pour en savoir davantage sur cet incident.
À Doloré, Bambalo, dans le canton de Tchonti-Golombe, département du Mayoluti, le développement de la production locale de semences d'oignons est certifié et perceptible.
Avant, on produisait beaucoup, mais maintenant, les semences sortent à 100%.
Une avancée en matière de production à livre. Attendez produire le son partenaire végétable asiatique.
L'oignon, c'est les porteurs, les pratiques aux producteurs. C'est la
zone du nord, ouest et en 2007, 30 kg si global.
On est de la semence base dans la graine
et le fond d'une
Quelques étirements conduits par un moniteur. La caravane va s'ébranler pour les services du gouverneur, point de chute de la marche. L'itinéraire de près de 10 km est parcouru dans une ambiance bon enfant. Pour le gouverneur Bernard Okali Abilay, la forte mobilisation des populations à l'amour qu'elle voue à la pratique du sport, Boya étant une ville des champions.
Je voudrais remercier la population de Boya qui est sortie massivement. Boya avec bon Cameroun. Boya est une ville d'athlétisme. Pour cette réponse à l'appel.
Et pour cette participante, le sport procure la santé après la pratique.
Par rapport à cette marche qui a galvanisé nos corps, sentons en forme.
L'édition de l'éducation physique a sacré ces centaines de champions dans un réseau de fraternité et d'unité.
Elle chante. Maman Maria Machoknte, âgée aujourd'hui de 110 ans, se souvient là de sa jeunesse. Elle qui s'est mariée ici à l'âge de 20 ans. Maman Tété, comme on l'appelle affectueusement, est de la même génération de l'ancien faune du peuple Papiakoum de Babawan dans le Ngoké Tunja.
On partait ramasser le cola souvent là-bas. Et la mère a été gentille, nous gardait souvent le cola avant qu'on arrive même. Mais maintenant, la mère a plus de 100 ans.
Maman Tété, handicapée visuelle depuis quelque temps, continue de se rendre utile dans son quartier Mbawat, comme faire allégeance à l'actuel faune.
Quand tu parles, tu vois souvent qu'avec les enfants, donc il est comme nous, le gardien des enfants dans les quartiers là. Parce que tous les enfants des quartiers là, ils restent avec la mère.
Mère de 6 enfants, dont un fils, grand-mère et arrière-grand-mère, Maman Maria Machoknte continue de consommer tous les mets traditionnels avec une préférence pour le couscous de maïs accompagné de légumes. Maman Tété, 110 ans, a la chance d'être aux petits soins grâce à l'une de ses petites filles, Ndjembape. Maman Maria Machokte caresse le vœu de voir plus de femmes de Babawan dans le Ngoké Tunja savourer 90 ans au plus dans le mariage.
If you're an early bird on Hello Cameroon, then maybe we should share with you what we hope will be our talking point of today. What do you think of makeup? Do you like a lady looking all made up with all the colors, or you like a lady plain, or it is for special occasions? Personally, I think it's for special occasions, but who knows? Tell me what you think. That will be through our SMS. The number is 667479043. Let's see how early you are. But now let's get our freestyle on Hello Cameroon. This is a dance that some people say started in healing homes as part of the healing. Some others say it's a ritual dance for people who are initiated. But today on Hello Cameroon, it's simply freestyle. Bassa on Hello Cameroon. That's the Asiko dance. It's of the Bassa people. That's how I want to say good morning if you're a Bassa on watching the CRTV right now. Now, let's go read what the stars have for us with the lady who knows so well how the horoscope should be read. Joyce Abigail reading the stars for us and also giving you an idea of the colors that should go for you today. Let's get the horoscope. Looks like we shall not get the horoscope today right away, but let's see what our producer has for us. There are days like that on Hello Cameroon. If you're an early bird, you're certainly going to enjoy all of these kind of moments with us, but now I think it's ready. Let's get it.
Hello, Aries. Good morning. Aries, there is no such thing as equality for some. Equality must be for all. That is what freedom is. That is what liberty is. No human being is born more or less important than any other. Aries, how can you allow yourself to forget that? What simpler truth is there? A famous Aries is Kofi Annan, Secretary General of the United Nations from 1997 through 2006. Hi Taurus. Taurus, here are the three C's of life: choices, chances, and changes. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. And remember, getting angry is punishing yourself for other people's mistakes. A famous historian, David Robert Joseph Beckham, an English former professional footballer. Gemini, good morning. Gemini, don't practice until you get it right. Practice until you can't get it wrong. In life, people don't change, their priorities do. And a true friend accepts who you are, but also helps you to become who you should be. A famous Gemini is Kanye West, an American rapper, songwriter, record producer, fashion designer, and entrepreneur. Cancer, good morning. Cancerians, learn to appreciate what you have before time forces you to appreciate what you lost. Remember, it's stupid to hold on to something that just keeps hurting you, but it's also stupid to let go of everything you ever wanted. A famous Cancerian is the actor Vin Diesel, an American actor, producer, director, and screenwriter. Hello Leo, good morning. Leo, don't expect too much from someone or anyone because there would only be disappointment in return. Remember, life is about finding a way to have a smile on your face while going through the worst in life. A famous Leo is Angela Evelyn Bassett, an American actress and film producer. Virgo. Virgo, sometimes it is better to be kind than to be right. Sometimes one does not need an intelligent mind that speaks, but a patient heart that listens. Remember, sometimes the best way to win the fight is just to walk away. A famous Virgo, Paul William Walker, was an American actor. Libra, good morning. Libra, faith is what keeps us going after we have lost hope. Having faith is having the intelligence and the ability to know how to use the power of positive thinking to help yourself overcome negative situations. A famous Libran is none other than Will Smith, an American actor, producer, rapper, and songwriter. Scorpio, good morning. Scorpio, we are not born successful. It's not a trait you inherit. To succeed in life, one must have the courage, determination, and strength to overcome all obstacles put on your path on the road to success. A famous Scorpio is Whoopi Goldberg, an American actress, comedian, author, and television host. Sagittarius. Good morning. Sagittarius, far greater than all the material possessions that you could possess is freedom to choose, freedom to live, and freedom to be happy. Remember, success is not for the chosen few, but for the few who choose it. A famous Sagittarius is Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks is a former model who is now a TV host. Capricorn. Good morning. Capricorn, sometimes you just have to let go of what's gone, appreciate what still remains, and look forward to what's coming next. And Capricorn, characterize people by their actions today, and you would never be fooled by their words. A famous Capricorn is Tiger Woods, an American professional golfer who is among the most successful golfers of all time. Aquarius. Good morning. Aquarius, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. Remember, the more difficult it is to reach your destination, the more you'd remember and appreciate the journey. A famous Aquarian is Bob Marley, who was a Jamaican songwriter, singer, musician, and guitarist who achieved international fame and acclaim. Pisces. Good morning. Pisces, stay strong because things will get better. It might be stormy now, but it cannot rain forever. Remember, many great things can be done in a day if you don't always make that day tomorrow. A famous Piscean is Floyd Mayweather, an American former professional boxer who competed from 1996 to 2015 and currently works as a boxing promoter. That is it as far as your horoscope is concerned, but then we're thinking of those of you who are celebrating your birthday today, and we're saying happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, and let's dwell a little about some of those deep things about you. Now, when it comes to your favorable colors, you have for the color blue and purple. You might just try any of those colors as they symbolize communication, understanding, productivity, calmness, spirituality, psychic, transformation, and nobility. Now, for your lucky days, it is the day Saturday, Thursday. And why are those days your lucky day? Saturday, for instance, would stand for foundation, stability, dedication, and competence. Meanwhile, Thursday would stand for expansion, philosophy, happiness, and good luck. An ideal zodiac birthday gift for you today would be an expensive pen for a man, and for a woman, an antique piece of jewelry. Now, last but not the least, today you could be very, very compatible with people born under the sun sign, that is Libra. This can be a superlative and perfect relationship. You are not compatible with people born under the sun sign Taurus. This relationship will not work out due to difference in opinions. Hello to you.
To you, Joyce Abigail, and a wonderful day to you as you prepare for another edition of This Day Today later on the CRTV. Now let's talk a little bit about internet and bringing internet closer to you, getting it into our daily usage and making it more relevant. You know, like when you want to buy a ticket, beginning to look like other places. You know, we shouldn't always be behind in these issues. So this is somebody who is telling us a little bit more about how to do online booking and get more usage of internet as we have it in Cameroon today.
To doing business online is any business done online is called e-commerce.
All right.
So how did the idea of this activity come about to you? How did it start?
Well, it was inborn. First of all, I was so into it when I was in the secondary school and university. So after graduating, I thought it wise to take my habit or my hobbies as a business. So coming out like this as a business, not for profit making intentionally, that even turned it to be profit making. It was so cool. So that's what made me
So
to.
what did you study in school?
I specialized in accounting. I did ACCA and I studied ICT personally.
Okay, right. You say it is a hobby that you developed into a business.
Yeah,
Some people, you had that hobby even before you became a student in the university.
sure.
Why didn't you just go directly into studying your hobby?
Now, the thing, in the African society, our parents do.
They didn't understand.
Yes, they do say you will be an accountant, you'll be a doctor, so they always like put you in the field that they want. They don't really focus, they don't really pay attention into what this child is focusing on.
So how did you convince them at the end of the day? Because I guess now they should be looking at you.
They were first of all very, very negative about it because they needed me to have a job in any of the banks or microfinances. So the time I started in Douala, it was difficult. So my dad especially wasn't seeing the income. So he wasn't really okay with this service. I just told him to give me 2 years because a startup business, they have to give some time. So he was so patient. I thank God for him that he allowed me to go into it. And after 2 years, he started seeing that, no, I can have a living with this and maybe help others.
So what are the kind of services you provide?
Okay, here we specialize in professional website development and mobile app development as well. We specialize also on web hosting and also on DID services. DID is direct inward dialing. That is, we deal with international phone numbers, and basically we are not doing the promotion here. It's mostly we do it out of the country, so it's not a Cameroon product. Yeah, so we are into web development and web hosting.
Yeah, but when I got in here, I saw one of your collaborators talking on the phone, making a reservation for a lady. What was that about?
Oh, that is part of our product. When we specialize in web development and mobile application, we have developed a mobile application called My Express Ticket. My Express Ticket is a portal and a mobile application where you can sit at home or at your office and make a reservation of any bus agency you wish in the country. There's no need for you to leave your office or your home to pay transport. Go to the bus operator to reserve a seat and come back home before going there again. With My Express Ticket, you can book your bus and only go to the park when you want to travel, and you show the SMS which you receive from the platform. It's just as if you receive an SMS from Express Union. Yes, you just show that SMS and they'll offer you your ticket to travel, which is very welcome by all customers. The time we developed this project, the product, My Express Ticket, we took the management part of it because this product is a 3-in-1 solution. My Express Ticket is for the general public, My Express Manager is for the bus operators, and My Express Booker is for resellers. Express unions can resell bus tickets as the way they resell or the way they pay. Yes, so we will give that solution to all resellers in the country. So the time we took My Express Manager to bus operators, they never welcomed it because they had their own traditional method of booking.
Cash in hand.
Yes, and they had just those papers where you take your seat and you collect, or some of them were not even computerized, even up to now. So we thought it wise to bring them customers because we noticed they needed customers. They don't even need a solution. But now bringing them customers, they realized that we have a solution that maybe that is a solution that they may be using. For example, United Express is already like seeing it as a niche to its customers, so they are already prepared to install that in their offices. So our solution is mostly to bring customers to the operators. The operator that sees it necessary to use My Express Manager, which will automatically synchronize with My Express Ticket, is welcome. So we have many ways to work with operators. Even those who are not computerized, we can work with them just to bring them those customers and to add value to their service.
Madam Tabe, for that interview, and I hope now you're enlightened on the usage that you can put your internet to these days and how you can make it profitable. We'll continue talking technology in a short while when we get into our high-tech page. We'll be talking about data privacy, but before that, let's discover a young man with a big, gentle heart. He's called Cyril Fojong. He's right here in the studio with me. Cyril, good morning.
Good morning, Pochi.
How are you?
I'm great. That's quite cool.
We're happy to have you, and thank you for waking up with the CRTV. That's a good one.
I mean, no, CRTV is the heart of the nation, definitely. I must be with the heart, because without the heart, you cannot function.
Thank you very much. Now, you're here because you have a project that is really close to your heart. You're part of this association that's called Giving Hope to All Foundation.
Yeah.
And within your activities, you came across a man who's been paralyzed for 25 years?
25 years, yeah.
Do you want to tell us the story of Pa Acha Sunday?
Yeah. Pa Acha Sunday was born in the Numbin village of Batibo. We grew up, and one of the main activities of that village was production of palm oil. So he was very, very instrumental when it comes to felling down of nuts. So it was on the 2nd of March 1991 when he went up to fell when he went up to attend one of his customers. He fell down from a palm tree. Since then, Pa Acha Sunday has been down.
Okay.
Up to date.
But tell us how you got to meet him and why his story touched you, because you're now on a campaign to help him, to give some help and some hope to him.
Yes, I am I'm the president and the founder of Give Up to All Foundation, and every month we do a visit around villages in Batibo. Okay. So last month was a turn of a Numbin village, for those who know Batibo, Numbin village, and I was assisted by my friend Destiny Afu. So when we went to Numbin village, I mean, half of the population were epileptic. That's one thing that touched me so badly. So when they're epileptic and we're like discussing with them, I mean, a one-on-one encounter with them, when we realized that there was somebody extra. One man told me, Siri, my Peking comes so, the passway. I beg if I ever let the power. So I went closer to the man and asked him, Ni, please tell us the situation. When he explained it to us, I went to the the area, the biggest man in the village. I said, but is this to you to say? He said, yes, Siri. I mean, this man has been suffering for the past 25 years. He fell down from a palm tree and he has been down. The father took him from hospital to hospital. The father died, and the lone sister is epileptic. Okay. If you see the man, then the worst thing was he had a very big wound on the leg. His views are not quite. I mean, he has eyes problem.
He's losing sight.
So it's something that touched me personally, and I told myself, all right, I don't have the means to assist this man. I don't have the means to assist him, but when there's a will, there must be a way.
Yes, so, and you took his story out because his story is on GoFundMe, so people will go hard. You might want to go internet and find out how you want to help this Pa Acha Sunday. You know, change is one person, one situation, one case at a time. I don't believe in a magic one. So if this story touches you like it touched Cyril here, you might want to do something. But tell me about what you specifically want to do for this Pa. What do you want? What are his immediate needs?
All right, his immediate needs are. Right now, I'm in partnership. Just 2 days ago, I was being called by the Nyano Community Health Center, Medical Health Center. They said, Siri, I want to assist you in this drive. By Dr. Afu. I want to thank you very much, Dr. Afu Siri, my namesake. Okay. So I want to assist you in this move so that we can give hope
do something about
it. Right now, I want to make sure that we take care of his situation, the eye problem. The problem on the wood is that I'm sorry.
So it's getting him. The first thing to get him to a health center.
Health center, and get him quite well. I mean, it's like a surprise. He doesn't know about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't know about it. Then from there, when he's been treated and he's okay, now we'll look into whether we can give him something. I'll be doing we can start a business for him or something, because he cannot move. If you look at him, he's moving on sticks. Not even. I mean, on a wheelchair or not even on a good crutches. So
okay.
I mean, it's so.
Well, personally, I think surprises are the best things that we could do. But also, at some point, you might want to discuss with him to actually understand.
Yes. But I'm discussing with the head of the village, Mr. Daniel of Numbin village. I'm in close contact with him almost every day, so he knows what is going on. But Mr. Sunday doesn't know about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to get to Cyril, just hook up to any member of Hello Cameroon, even Pochi speaking to you. We'll get you his number so you can help in any way possible. Now, any other activities that you're getting involved in, or any place you'll be going to after Numbin Village?
Yes, after Numbin Village, we'll be going to Ocean Village in Batibo, but there's something that is coming up very, very big. We realize that in Mogamo we have a lot of teenage mothers. Okay. For example, I wouldn't lie, I'm a teenage father.
Okay. All right.
So
that's a new one.
Yeah, I'm a
so
teenage
it's
father.
not only about teenage
Teenage
mothers. There are teenage fathers
Yeah.
too.
So we are getting into this giant project to see how we can pick out at least two teenage mothers from each village. Batba has 22 villages. So when we pick out two teenage mothers from these villages, I mean, what we call teenage mothers, those young girls are suffering quite well. And now we have a women's empowerment center that has been down, that was made by the women of Mogamo. So now I want to revamp the center by doing what? If I pick the two women, girls from those villages, we now see how we can build up their skills, build up their capacity, and let them be an agent of change in the community, not an agent of,
Okay. Well, there is nothing wrong with ambition, and I pray that you get the proper partnerships to help you to achieve your dream. I might also want to say that teenage mothers fall within a category you will call vulnerable people. So you might want to get specific help so that you can be able to know
for example, anybody who is working in line with teenage mothers and assisting vulnerable. I mean, I'm all ready to
There's an association called Renata. They've been working with teenage mothers for years, and I'm sure they will tell you where to start. But of course, there should be many others. I wish you a lot of luck.
All right.
Thank you so much.
And before leaving, I want to thank everybody. I mean, I want to thank most especially my diaspora community, those people of Mogamo in USA, because the GoFundMe project was $2,000 but as of now, we're about $980.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's thanks to
them.
Almost
halfway gone.
Almost halfway gone, and it's thanks to them that we have reached this line. And thank you very much, and everybody who is supporting and who is on the way to support. It's a pleasure. From Batibu, I say Munayaka.
Munayaka can join in that. Thank you to the Mohamo community, but also to all of you out there who have a heart of gold. That's all it takes to change the world. That's my belief. Thank you very much, Suri Fonjon, for coming.
No, I'm about to say thank you, Portia, for giving this great opportunity to talk to the entire world about Mr. Acha Sunday and the rest of the epilepsy patients in Numbin village.
The story is definitely out. I hope it catches the right crowd and that you get to the end of it. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. And please, should I give you something for the morning? You'd like fruit, banana, sugarcane, orange?
I love banana.
Banana? Yes. All right. If Bill Titi was here already, he would fight with you because he loves banana too. Have a beautiful day, okay?
Thank you very much.
And keep inspiring. Now, we said we're going to keep talking about technology. This is our high-tech page opening right now, and we're talking about data privacy. The lady on that bed is standing by, Elinor Ayuketa.
Privacy is of utmost importance to every human being, especially on social media. There are times when people stalk us online, commenting in obscene language, sending inappropriate messages, and sometimes harassing us. Well, you could either deal with them that way or stop them from reaching you. Yes, you can block such people. Here is the procedure on WhatsApp. Launch your WhatsApp application. Go to the top right icon and click on it. Select Settings from the drop-down menu. From here, select Accounts, then Privacy, then scroll down to Blocked Contacts. Select it and you are directed to where you can block the contact. Tap the icon at the top right-hand corner of your screen and then select the contact or contacts you wish to block. You can follow the same procedure to check your list of blocked contacts. You could also unblock blocked contacts here. Save the dates next time for lessons on how to block people on Facebook.
That's something many people will stop by on Tuesday to watch and to learn about how to block people on Facebook. Well, today, social media has made it so easy for the world to communicate, and you do come across, it's like standing outside. You see all kinds of people, some that you definitely want to block. So yes, stay with us on Tuesday, and we'll be discovering that. Now let's go into our culture page and discover somebody who is into filmmaking. Image hunting and image management is his business. It's called Musing Derek. Some people will call him T. Inyas. Please just discover or rediscover this man once again. It's the artist on Hello Cameroon.
young man who sold his books in Form 3 to finance his first cinema project. Ever since, his love for cinema has given birth to different surprises. He drops it like it's hot, and this guy knows how to deliver. I love him for one thing. He is fearless and never bows in front of any defeat. His name is...
Derek is a Cameroonian film producer and director who was journeyed from probably just some interest and excitement to get into the professional side of filmmaking in Cameroon.
How did this whole thing start?
Well, you asking me how it all started, I would say that maybe you know, because I remember back in our high school days, we started with the theater and drama thing. But at a certain point, I beat off the excitement of being in front of the camera to actually wanting to call the shots. So, I realized that this urge of infusing something into people, you know, kept on hitting my stomach. So I realized I was called to be a film director. And, you know, I quickly pushed the dream through, and I guess I'm still pushing the dream through too. I wouldn't say it is easy because I'll be honest with you, when I did Cluster, I had never, even Googled what it meant to be a film director. You know, and unfortunately we don't have film schools in Cameroon that you see that, okay, you can actually earn, you know, some professional training. So it's really been an issue of God blessing you, and then at the end of the day, at a certain point through my journey, I had to cut through a couple of international studies and all of that to become who I am today.
Okay. What does it take to have a good movie on the books, financial-wise, technical-wise?
Well, first of all, one of the things I do as Musing Derek is that I don't believe in the big names. I don't believe in any character being super. Each time I pick up a script and I read the script, the first thing is that there is a vision in me, there is something I want to put into the characters. So first of all, that's what makes me. So even if you were to bring me Denzel Washington today, I'll still think that if the concept of my movie is that Denzel Washington has to become a pig, I'll have to make him become a pig. I don't care about his name. But then really financing movies in Cameroon has been, I think that's one of the most difficult things I've had to go through. It's so difficult because a lot of the people who are supposed to be investing, for example, you go to Nigeria, one product placement on your movie could actually just give you, you know, the budget to do your movie completely. And there are other companies that will just make you a brand ambassador, and before you know it, they're actually financing your movie. But in Cameroon, it's not that way. And I'll be honest, we're suffering both the issue of, I think that our bilingualism was supposed to play a plus to us, but it's almost playing a negativity to us, because you get to a certain point, you realize because you don't have a certain name, somebody will not treat your file, this will not happen. It's so terrible. At a certain point, we solve conflicts in the country because we tell the stories that will bring people together and all of that, but so many Cameroonians have not believed in us, and because of that, we lack the kind of finances that we need.
Recently in Cameroon, there's been this greenhouse, I don't know if I have the right to call it fighting, but here today, the CFI, these other groups saying NAFCAM or some name that I don't even know. What is happening?
The Cameroon film industry generally started from A being in the north, B in the south, and this and that doing their thing. But when we actually came together to think that, okay, it was essential for us to create the various guilds that need to govern the various departments of filmmaking, I think that at a certain point, I will not think that it's an in-house fight that is ignited by the strong winds of politics, but it's an issue of the fact that so many people do not understand the concept of what the Cameroon film industry is. The Cameroon film industry is an embodiment of the Directors Guild, the Producers Guild, the Actors Guild, the Technicians Guild, the Writers Guild, and all of those guilds. You cannot be a member of the Cameroon film industry if you don't register to a particular guild. But the people who came in at the start did not understand this concept. You hear they will outrightly tell you that you should register into the Cameroon film industry, which is not right. Where are you registering? To become who? You understand? So because of this lack of knowledge, things, you know, were on the wiggy-wagga way that it went. But I will say that lately, we had a constructive elective General Assembly, which actually saw the dawn of educating people about what the Cameroon film industry is. And after people understood this concept so well, I think that we are gradually getting there. It's obvious that no baby can just stand up and walk without crawling.
The first thing I'll honestly want to change is the entertainment industry is a free world. We don't need politics. I mean, people should put away politics. It doesn't matter whether I come from the Northwest region or the Central region. You understand? We are one people doing one thing that, I mean, when I'm on television, nobody knows where I come from. The thing is, you applaud to my art if it's good. If it's not good, okay, fine. Musing Derek just did a bullshit. So again, I'll also think that it's high time companies in Cameroon believe in what we do. I'll tell the actors and actresses most particularly, you don't need jealousy, we don't need hate. You know, the biggest competitor in the entertainment industry is yourself. Because if you do well, you get the next job. If you do bad on a previous project, you lose the next job.
Dare you tell us about family life?
I consider myself married, even though I am partially married. In the sense that, yeah, when I say partially married, it's funny, but I am close to traditionally married. I have a son, Daniel, and you know, after we had Daniel, because I have a beautiful, I had Daniel with a very beautiful woman, the most beautiful woman on earth. After we had Daniel, I realized that he was a treasure to us. So I even changed, for example, now I do movies under Dan Connections. You know, I had to change the name of my company to Dan Connections. And so I'm one of those people who will pay the better part of my allegiance as far as any social thing is concerned to my family. My name is Musing Derek. I'm a Cameroonian film producer and director. Keep watching Hello on CRTV.
You're right, Derek. Keep watching Hello on TV, and thank you for opening up your world to us. And most importantly, I'd love to hug you for telling us about that very special person, or those very special persons who hold you very close to them and define you and help you to go achieve. Probably that's what inspires you to do the kind of movie you do. Well, we're learning every day. Now, let's take you to Douala to discover canned fruits. Those of you who enjoy fruits in the morning, I'm one of those. I think it just kickstarts your day in a fresh way and sets you on a wonderful journey. So if you're one of those, this is something that should interest you. Canned fruits done in Douala. Let's enjoy.
The proliferation of the sale of sliced fruits in cans is noticeable, as one can spot its sellers on almost every street of the nation's economic capital. It is a daily routine for them, as some walk for kilometers to attract customers or sit to wait for them.
These fruits are a mix of pineapple, watermelon, and pawpaw. You have to get up early in the morning to prepare it, so that around 9:30 you should be in the offices to deposit it. I have 3 places that I put on command. I choose the whole of the week, means that from Monday to Friday. Moi, je me lève à 5 heures du matin.
I wake up at 5 a.m. I wash the fruits well, peel them, then slice in small sizes. I then store in the fridge so they get cold. I arrive here at 10 a.m. and serve my clients in their offices, or they come sit here to eat. As early as noon, the fruits are finished. I have been in the business for close to 2 years.
Others, like this man in the Aqua neighborhood, have been in the business for over 30 years. Commonly known as Père Guy International, he and his staff entertain people from different walks of life. Unlike others, Père Guy has a variety of fruits to make fruit salad for his customers, and also fruit juices, which he stores in the fridge. A can or bowl of fruit salad ranges from 300, 500 to 1,000 CFA francs.
Au départ, c'est très tôt le matin quand le marché était encore à Bopi.
Before, I used to purchase my fruits in the then fruit market around Bopi. Nowadays, we go to Njombe Penja in the Mongo division to harvest fruits. I also have partners in different regions of the country who provide us with fruits. As early as 7 a.m., we arrive work to begin slicing fruits for customers and close at 10 p.m. When there are leftovers, we transform them to fruit juice. I make sure the fruits, bowls and cans are well washed with a disinfectant. My customers have never complained.
This activity is sure beneficial, given that it provides for one's daily needs but has its shortcomings.
You see, with the condition, the sun, so we have always to go and buy ices to put to conserve it. They insult me every day. They give you the words that if you are just a normal person, you can answer them.
Les difficultés que nous avons dans ce domaine, c'est surtout le transport.
One of the problems we have is to transport the goods to town. It is very difficult to find a truck. When we even find one, it is very expensive, and other goods are placed on the fruits as such compress them and make them soft upon arrival. We also face issues with council officials who complain about the placement of our goods by the roadside.
Consumers, on their part, devour the fruits for its health benefits, while others do so due to their busy schedules.
I don't have enough time in the morning. I prefer to buy to someone who I know. I cannot buy to the person that I don't know.
When we are working in our office, we still eat other way that make us gain some weight. And it's easy to eat fruits because it's easy to digest, and other way is for our tonicity when we are walking.
Fruit is very, very good for your health.
The chief in charge of control of health activities at the Littoral Regional Delegation of Public Health, Dr. Joseph Ekum, says business persons involved in this activity should be conscious on how they clean and conserve the fruits, taking note of their body hygiene. He also called on the population to consume fruits on a daily basis, yet be cautious enough in order to avoid contracting any disease.
Fruits, always very, very interesting and healthy for you. Now, let's give you an aperçu of some of the programs or some of the faces, some of the programs you'll be having on CRTV and their new look. Here we go.
Tima buan bama, minimum buan bam. Boni siezamba.
85 years old mother with advanced stage of glaucoma and cataract. If this mother was seen by an ophthalmologist, I'm sure that we should not be at this stage of loss of vision because she's not seen.
I can do wonderful song in the background there from one of ours, Fame Bunyi. Now, it's 7 o'clock here in the studio and time for us to get the news. And the lady for that is here, Patricia Matukson. Please just stay on.
Thursday, the 23rd of February 2017. Gracious morning and welcome to the 7 a.m. edition of the news. In our agenda of the day, the president of the National Olympic and Sports Committee, Kalkaba Malboum, will today at 2 p.m. receive New Year wishes from his collaborators. The first meeting grouping International Association of Francophone Mayors is due to take place today in Yaoundé. It will have as venues its headquarters, and the time is slated for 9 a.m. The National Secretary for Catholic Education will today in Yaoundé organize a meeting with Catholic education secretaries. This will be to tackle the difficulties of the just started year and propose possible solutions for the future. Judges in Cameroon have called for a revival of confidence in the judiciary. This was during the official ceremony to launch the judiciary year in Cameroon. Submissions focused on the revival of private justice and human rights in Cameroon. Clarice Ashu reports on the solemn opening.
The emblematic building that hosts Cameroon's highest judicial body, the Supreme Court, was the epitome of solemnity, with several members of government, officials of parliament, members of the diplomatic corps and other judicial authorities following all activities with ramrod attention. Shortly after 11 a.m., the judges of the Supreme Court made an impressive procession into the full courthouse. The Attorney General, Luke Njodo's submission focused on human rights in Cameroon, while the key message from Chief Justice Daniel Mekobet-Sone decried an upsurge in private justice in Cameroon due to waning confidence in the judiciary.
The question is, can we implement what we hear on a daily basis? Corruption is still there. Human rights are not respected. The rule of law is not respected. The Constitution is not respected. When the rule of law is banalized, is brushed aside, destroyed, then we have nothing. All of us are responsible for this nasty situation.
We have work to do, the judicial and the lawyers, to make this confidence be restored.
The main call was for collective consciousness among all Cameroonians to restore the rule of law in the country.
Education is very important. That means at the base, basic citizen population must be aware about what is going on, because solution will come from there.
The judicial year was subsequently declared open after the two strong messages, but not before the public was reminded of the functions of the Supreme Court, created in 1961.
And during the solemn opening at the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice lashed out as he described private justice as an unacceptable drift in a state governed by the rule of law. He also blamed private justice on outdated laws and delays in rendering justice. Moki Edwin Kenzeka listened to the different speeches and brought back this report.
The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court's expose, entitled The Resurgence of Private Justice and the Rule of Law, frowns at the blatant application of the Talio law, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, that is now a daily phenomenon. People are beaten up or knocked out senselessly in public for theft, he says. There is an upsurge of dreaded crimes like ritual killings. Landlords abuse tenants by removing windows to force them to pay rents. There are crimes of passion, settlement of scores. A widow is denied right to inherit her husband's property in the name of justice. Teachers desert classes to reivindicate their rights, thereby abusing the rights of children to education. Daniel Mekobet-Sone lashed out against media lynching, which comprises the moral integrity of honest citizens. He questioned why this should be happening in a state of law and said no matter how auxiliaries of justice delay processes, no matter how much it takes for outdated laws to be revived, private justice is an unacceptable drift in a state governed by the rule of law. The Attorney General, Luke Njodo, enumerated inalienable fundamental rights to which a person is inherently entitled, but said there are cases that can deprive someone of such rights.
Construction work on the second phase of the Fundi Drainage Canal is 25% complete. The 4 drainage canals are being constructed by Chinese contractors and will reduce floodings in Yaoundé. Yves Famusa went to the construction site and gives us details.
The Fundi drainage construction is on in full swing. The presence of workers in the field, their efficiency, and the level of work covered is telling of the progress made this far. Year work is estimated at some 26.6% execution rate, 15 months since it kicked off ahead of its October 2018 deadline. Unlike the first phase, the concrete-lined channel measures 3 to 4 meters wide and 150 meters deep. This second phase of the project consists of a 6-kilometer-long drainage canal along the Fundy River's main bed, 2 tow paths and crossing, 8-kilometer-long drainage canals along the tributaries totaling some 12 kilometers, a domestic waste disposal and treatment plan. The Chinese Belt Canal, co-financed by the African Development Bank and the Cameroonian government, cuts across Chinga Nouvelle Road Bastos, behind the radio house, the multipurpose sports complex to Bricketerie, and drains into the main canal. This is just parts of the solution to scale down the rates of floods in Yaoundé. The other lie on the shoulders of uncaring residents who empty heaps of refuse into streams and ducts.
And coffee producers in Cameroon have been challenged to boost the national production of the Robusta and Arabica coffee, ensuring that their quality meets international standards. Trade Minister Luc Magloa-Barga Tangana was speaking in Mengang yesterday while launching the 2016-2017 coffee season. Beatrice Goom was in Mengang and brought back this report.
It tastes good, and its aroma is typically Cameroon, this coffee that puts the country among the production basins on the African continent in the yesteryears. Today, Cameroon barely meets its coffee production target as local production has dropped drastically.
I am angry because the quantities are too low. We have an objective of 160,000 tons, but now we just produce 26,000 tons. It's not enough. You know, we have no rank in the international market.
Launching the 2016-2017 coffee season in Mengang in the Nyong and Fumo division of the Central region, officials of the Ministry of Trade and stakeholders of the coffee sector have told producers they have the manpower to revamp the sector.
They have a very active youth. If you want to produce more coffee, we need our youth.
Regrettably, the lack of enthusiasm on the part of local producers of the Robusta and the Arabica coffee types, grown in the forest and grass fields areas respectively, has further compounded the coffee crisis.
The cry is that the potential is there. You know, we have land, fertile land. We have good climate for coffee. We have a lot of young men. If they all got involved in coffee farming, they will enable us to attain our targets.
For stakeholders, the situation of Cameroon's coffee on the world market is bad. Local production has fallen. The country has lost its status of production country. But they remain hopeful the gap in production can be bridged if producers rearm for the farms.
Out of the country, Mexico has condemned new guidelines issued by the United States under which almost all illegal immigrants can be subject to deportation. The new rules include sending undocumented people to Mexico, even if they are not Mexicans. But Mexican Foreign Minister Luis Videgaray says his country cannot accept unilateral decisions imposed by one government on another. A ban on female army officers in Turkey wearing the Muslim headscarf has been lifted by the government. The military is the last Turkish institution to see the ban removed. It has been long seen as the guardian of Turkey's secular constitution. And let's go over to the Northwest region and talk sports, where the population of Bamenda in the Northwest region came out on Wednesday to celebrate the 2017 AFCON trophy holders. The turnout was massive, and the expression of joy could be visible on faces of city dwellers who say they saw the trophy live for the very first time. Ebenezer Akanga was part of that caravan and tells us more.
The people of Bamenda are known for never doing their things by halves. When they decide to do something, they either do it well or they leave it. Despite the non-circulation of township taxis, the closure of markets and shops as a result of a ghost town that was called this Wednesday to paralyze the reception of the Lions and the trophy of the Africa Cup of Nations, the population of Bamenda rather decided to give a historic reception to the Lions and the trophy. The turnout in Bamenda was what words cannot be enough to describe. From Kwen to the campus of the University of Bamenda, down to Mancon, and the grandstand at the Commercial Avenue, the reception in Bamenda went far beyond expectations. There was joy and excitement in town. The population of Bamenda received the lions and the trophy without politics in it. In the grandstand, there was Ni John Fundi of the SDF and Simon Achidi Achu of the CPDM. They were simply Cameroonians proud of their national team and their country. The mobilization shown by the population of Bamenda indicates that Cameroonians can overcome whatever difficulty that is facing them if they are determined. The population of Bamenda have shown that they love their national team and their country indeed.
Five-time cup holders, the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon, have their next stop today in Douala, and that trophy will be received at the Wuria. And that's how we saw it today on the 7 a.m. edition of the news. Take the rendezvous at 8 a.m. with Lucie. Okay. Marie-Laurence K.
We're going to get there. Thank you so much for being part of us this morning.
You're welcome.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing you again on Tuesday. But this is the lady who was running commentaries during the AFCON. And she continued well after that. And I want to test your capacity to cut.
Okay.
Should I do that?
Let's try.
Ready?
Let's go.
Woo! Have a beautiful day. You can catch. That's for sure.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's settle that down with some music. This is Collins Bernier with a song that's titled Final. Just enjoy. Beautiful song there. I wish I could translate that song and tell you what the lady is singing about, but let's just enjoy the rhythm. That's the beauty of Cameroon, you know. We are a mix, such a mix that at times you just want to shake your head and say, I'm enjoying it. Well, here I have some messages, some of your messages to read. This is from Kwanteng David in Banjul. He says, I personally think that too much of makeup changes the natural look of a lady, so I prefer natural types because black, they say, is beauty. I tend to agree with you that black is beauty, but I have nothing against a little bit of polishing, you know, just a bit, not before you jump at my throat, not much, just a bit. This one is just a greeting ahead of 8th of March, which is Women's Day. He says, I want to take this time to wish all the women happy Women's Day come 8th of March. It's from Clone Quinty in Limbe. Clone Quinty, I hope you are not only talking, you know, you've bought the fabric for all the women around you. If you know him, please go towards him. He's wishing us happy Women's Day, so he should have something for us. Now let's have a look or a peep at the papers that we have today outside. And if you're thinking of stepping out, this is what you probably will be seeing on the headline. You will be seeing on the papers. Baldwin Summer has been having a first look at them, and he's here to share with us what the papers have to say. Good morning, Baldwin.
Good morning, Pochi.
How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Right. So what do we have in the papers today?
Many stories are beginning with the solemn reopening of the judicial year in Cameroon. That was yesterday, and that's the key story you can read in today's edition of our lone bilingual daily newspaper we have in Cameroon, Cameroon Tribune newspaper, that comes back to this official reopening for the 2017 judicial year in Cameroon at the Supreme Court yesterday. The paper talks about that opening, saying jungle justice, Supreme Court's caution as far as jungle justice is concerned in Cameroon, in the presence of some government ministers led by the Prime Minister, head of government, His Excellency Philemon Yang. Some members of parliament were also present during that reopening of the judicial year at the Supreme Court yesterday. And the keynote address from the first president of the Supreme Court, Daniel Mekobe-Sone, also in this edition of a lone bilingual daily newspaper, Cameroon Tribune newspaper. We leave the paper to talk about a different paper, Mutation newspaper, but still talking about this opening of the judicial year in Cameroon for the year 2017. Mutation newspaper this morning informs us that it was about the confidence crisis as far as judiciary is concerned in Cameroon. The first president for the Supreme Court, Daniel Mekobe-Sone, during his keynote address opening the judicial year in Cameroon yesterday, what the Supreme Court made available some reasons as to why most Cameroonians like taking the law into their own hands related to this issue of jungle justice in Cameroon. Why do most Cameroonians prefer taking the law into their own hands? Explains during his keynote address yesterday at the Supreme Court, that you can get to read and know more by getting a copy of the latest edition of Mutation newspaper published this morning. Emergence newspaper talks about human rights, the violation of human rights, talking about the 2017 judicial year in Cameroon, the violation of human rights, the Supreme Court reshapes the state in Cameroon as concerns these pertinent issues, lays emphasis on the respect of human rights that it considers as inalienable, and inviolable, and must be respected by the government of Cameroon. At a time when the nation, especially two regions of Cameroon, went through a crisis, that's the northwest and southwest regions, the Supreme Court had to hammer hard on this issue of the non-respect of human rights, which must be respected for all Cameroonians. With that, in this edition of Emergence newspaper, the quotidian economy stays away from stories related to the 2017 judicial year in Cameroon to talk about something else. It talks about, it talks about the public investment budget, the budget for 2016. The paper says, apart from the execution for the public investment budget, we are looking for the impact of the public investment budget. Those are the words of Isaac Tamba, the Director of Economy, who talks about the figures of the 2016 public investment budget. That stood at 1,525.8 billion CFA funds. Get to know more about the explanations of Isaac Tamba with regards to the 2016 figures of the 2016 public investment budget in Cameroon by getting a copy of the latest edition of Le Quotidien L'Économie newspaper. The Guardian Post newspaper takes us to talk about sports. On its front page, the trophy of the Africa Cup of Nations that was in Bamenda, chief town of the northwest region of Cameroon yesterday. AFCON trophy caravan gets a heroic reception in Bamenda. After all, it says that talks about the massive turnout of many football lovers and inhabitants of Bamenda yesterday, despite clarion call on social media that they should boycott the African trophy caravan. Inhabitants of Bamenda turned against this clarion call, and there was no ghost town in Bamenda. The inhabitants turned on massively and welcomed the trophy along the streets of Bamenda. The paper talks about an estimated crowd of over 5,000 persons who wanted to catch a glimpse of the Africa Cup of Nations trophy in the presence of the chairman of the leading opposition party, Nijon Fundi. Some SDF members of parliament and mayors were also present at the Commercial Avenue grandstand to welcome the AFCON trophy caravan that made a stopover in Bamenda yesterday with some players of the national football team, officials of the Cameroon Football Federation, and the Ministry of Sports and Physical Education. That caravan will be in the nation's economic capital, Douala, today before moving over to Boya in the southwest region this Friday. It faces a similar story you can read in today's edition of Cameroon Tribune newspaper, still talking about the AFCON trophy caravan that was in Bamenda, chief town of the northwest region yesterday, Wednesday. Cameroon Tribune newspaper says that Euphoria welcomes trophy in Bamenda with many football lovers in Bamenda and Bambili Nkwen who queued up or lined up along the streets to catch a glimpse of this trophy and to feel reiterate this spirit of national unity belonging to a one and indivisible Cameroon with that trophy that Cameroon won in Gabon 2017.
Odin Sama, thank you so much for giving us a read of the papers today.
You're welcome, Pochi.
All right, and have a beautiful day. I'll be looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday.
God willing.
In between, have a beautiful weekend.
Thank you so much. A better one for you.
What will you be doing, though? Now you're hesitating, I'm wondering.
I'll be working. I should be working in Boya.
You will. All right, that's a rendezvous taken. That's a rendezvous that's taken.
The Mount Cameroon Ways of Hope is on Saturday. Yes.
Right, keep the details. I just know the rendezvous has been taken, and yeah, enjoy Boya though.
Thank you.
All right, so right now, let's talk health. You know, kidneys are the organs that filter waste products from the blood, and in the process, they are very good in regulating blood pressure and electrolyte balance. Let's take a look at let's talk to a medical practitioner to have an understanding of some problems that can arise with our kidney and how we can keep it healthy and relevant to our body in the course of a lifetime. Just stay with us.
The kidney disease is a disease which is an epidemic. So it is affecting a greater population of our people. We have to do all to let our people know what the causes are and how possibly to prevent them, and then the treatment we can offer to them. When we look at the international view of it, we will talk of diabetes and hypertension as the main causes. But back in Cameroon, I think these medications we take everywhere along the line, the herbs, and then the infections. We have malaria, we have different other infectious diseases, which are a major cause. Infections, medications, diabetes, hypertension, and then this small part, we still have cancer. The best thing is that this patient should regularly consult a doctor who should do a blood test to see if the kidney values are in order. Even when you are sick, try to get a doctor, use the chance to check your blood values. And then otherwise, okay, if you find people who are always feeling weak, nauseous, and then you look pale, that may be some signs of already advanced kidney disease or an acute kidney disease. We have to differentiate between acute and chronic, because if you have an acute kidney problem, it may take 1 or 2 days, even that day, depending on what the cause is, to get your kidney to a point where you need dialysis. When it's chronic, it means the kidney has been damaged for more than 3 months. Then it becomes chronic. To get to the point of dialysis is something with acute, and they have criteria which determines if you get to go to dialysis. This may be if your potassium value is too high, your body is too acidic, and your body is filled with fluid, so that may cause the nephrologist say, okay, you have to start dialysis. Now, if it's chronic, it means over the years they have been deteriorating until then staying more than 3 months, gradually deteriorating until the point of no return, and then these symptoms, these problems are occurring, and the nephrologist will take you into dialysis. Since the kidney has many functions, like controlling your blood pressure, producing blood, excreting water from your body, and many other functions, if they fail, and you don't go to see your nephrologist to take care of that, and you see you won't excrete the water, so you will suffocate of too much water. Your body won't produce blood. You won't be able to control your blood pressure and many other issues. When we talk of kidney problem, we're talking of medicine and care in general. You see, we talk of hypertension, you have to maintain a normal high blood pressure, take care of your diabetes. You have to make sure any infections are treated in a way that they don't affect your kidney. Use the right medications. We have to quote here, especially these painkillers like ibuprofen and this group of medications. Herbs, they destroy the kidney. We'll be very careful. Cameroon, for now, there is no kidney transplant, but it is a matter of care. A matter of care. If the transplant is well catered for, you need a lot of immunosuppressives. These are drugs to keep down your immunity, the antibodies down. And then you avoid infections and many other health issues. The transplant may last long. Patients and the doctor should take good care of this very vital life-saving procedure, which means the patients have to be trained as well as the doctors and nurses to take good care of these dialysis accesses.
It's not late to keep saying Happy New Year to you, isn't it? We're still in February, and I like to think each morning is a new opportunity to refresh some certain things like, wishes, isn't it? Okay. Well, now we know a little bit more about our health, particularly our kidney, and how important it is to us. Maybe you want to further that knowledge by going on the internet. It's the world out there. Going on the internet to learn some more, read some more, and learn how to keep your kidney very healthy. Now let's talk church and church matters. I have a son of Batier who happens to be a colleague and a voice you should definitely know by now, Christopher Kemenye, except that this morning he's speaking in English. Good morning, Christopher.
Good morning,
How are you?
and good morning to our televiewers.
You baffle me with your English. It is wow. I've been talking to you. I had to talk to him much earlier to be sure that everything is okay. And believe me, he's just fine. So tell me, why is a son of Batier on Hello Cameroon today? What brings you?
I'm here this morning because I would like the public to know something, that there's a great event that's going to take place in my village of origin, as you said, Bati. It will be on Sunday, 26th of February. It will be a special church service, the first out of his base, by the new auxiliary bishop of Bafoussam, his lordship Emmanuel Dassi-Lufan, who happened to be a son of Bati too. He's even my age mate.
So you're taking this very personal.
Yes, we attended our student union association together. I'm a member of the organizing committee of this important event, and I'm especially the communication officer. So I wanted to talk about it because it's a special event that doesn't happen every day in a village like ours, to have a bishop or another bishop. So the paramount chief of Bati, His Royal Highness Trankemdanda Theodore, sent letters to all the Bati within and without, asking them to mobilize themselves to attend this great event. And we'll be having guests of honor from all over Cameroon. You will have members of government. You will have special guests. And
you were saying a while ago that this is his first mass out of his place of worship. Should I put it that way?
Or let's say his first mass in his village.
In his village.
Yes.
What is this? What significance do you give, somebody like you give to that event? How should the people of Batier see that event?
First of all, the people of Batier are very, very happy, and they are giving thanks to the Lord for the fact that he has chosen one of theirs to be at that top position. It doesn't happen every day. So that's why they're happy that he comes back at his base to receive benediction from the family, from the ancestors, and all the other Bati before going to continue his work of the Lord at Bafoussam and any other towns of Cameroon, and why not all over the world.
Okay, do you want to remind us the place and the time so that people can know exactly where to catch up with us?
Yes, it's a special church service from 9 o'clock next Sunday at we call it Paroisse Saint-Famille de Bati, or Paroisse Mission Catholique de Langou Bati. Yes, it is at Bati. You know, Bati is situated on the Douala-Bafoussam highway, about 35 kilometers from Bafoussam. So when you're in Bafoussam, you can easily go to Bati. When you are in Bafoussam, you can easily go to Bati. And Bati is well known because of the hills of Bati, where we call the Bati. Bati is well known because of so many other things that I cannot name here.
Hopefully one day we'll go discover Batier once again, because I'm sure it's been done on the CRTV. Hello Cameroon will rediscover it for you. That's one of the things we want to do in 2017. Show you Cameroon like you've never seen it before. The question I'm asking our viewers today, and that I want to ask you, is what do you think of makeup? You know, do you like a woman who is made up, or you like a woman who is plain? That would be my exit question for you. You like makeup, colors?
I like makeup, but they should not exaggerate.
They should not exaggerate.
Yes.
The way you say it, I get the impression we exaggerate at times. That's what you're saying?
No.
You should weigh your words, because some women might be waiting for you at the gate. Christopher, thank you so much for coming, and have a beautiful day.
Thank you very much, Pachi, for giving me this opportunity to talk about this great event concerning us.
All right. Well, right now, just stay with us, because you have a car, Christopher.
Yeah.
Do you worry about thieves stealing your car? Do you sometimes worry about?
I'm really worried, because they have already attempted doing it
a number of times
before they failed. So I'm really worried by that this time.
There is somebody called...
around me, they're stealing cars almost every day.
Right. So it's a concern that is very hot around town. There is a young man called Zuo Bruno, and Moki Edwin Kinzeka interviewed him. He has invented a device that you put in your phone, in your car, and it can allow you to listen to conversations in your car in case you want to trap somebody. but make sure you don't get trapped in the process. That helps you to track your car so you know where it is, and helps you as well to immobilize your car so it doesn't go anywhere in case somebody steals it. All of that with an SMS. Moki Edwin Kinzaka talking to Zoe Bruno on Hello Cameroon.
One of those Cameroonians is Mr. Yob Bruno from the southwest region of Cameroon. He has discovered how to track your car when it is stolen without necessarily using the internet. And of course, he discovered this when there was an internet blackout in the southwest region of Cameroon. We invited him last Tuesday, and some of you have been calling and asking that he should come again and explain how what he has functions. You're once welcome, Bruno.
Thank you, Mr. Moki.
Yeah. I'm sure you got some good reaction after the interview on Tuesday.
Yes, of course. We've been having some calls, and people have been trying to find out more and to know exactly how the system works, because one of the things is to actually have a working system, not just a theory. And we can say really everything is fine, everything is working as we said on Tuesday.
For those who did not get you, can you explain how it functions, how it works?
Yeah, basically it's a SMS car tracking system where you send an SMS command to your car, and that command can be varied, but most importantly is that the car can reply with its location. Other commands are like the immobilization command, where you send an SMS to your car and the car simply will not move until you send another SMS to reactivate the car. And we have the overspeeding command, the geofence command. All of this is based on the internet, on SMS platform, not without the use of internet.
Just explain. It means that you can send an SMS to your car and the car is capable of communicating with you.
Yes, the car sends back replies. So it's not like you send a command and you just sit and wait. No. So if for example, I want my car to tell me where it is, the car actually responds with its location. So it's not like a system where you can see on a computer screen, or that is between you, your phone, and your car.
I am somebody in need and I have a car. What do I do to get to you and to be able to have these services?
The first thing you do is to call our numbers. You can call 676-089-081. And what we're going to do is we're going to communicate back with you. We install a simple chip, very small chip in your car, in a hidden location. Then we'll give you a number, and you save that number on your phone as, for example, Moki's car, right? And each time you want to send commands to your car, you use that number. We'll also give you a list of the commands that you can use. And the good thing about this system is we don't hide commands behind. We don't sell commands as packages. We give you everything. The entire package is yours to use.
And when you have this already in your car, then the car is suddenly missing. What do you do to know where the car is?
Now, you send an SMS command. The command to locate your car is simply hash. You type hash, SMS link, hash, and then the password which you give to your car, because all cars are protected by a password. Now, the car is going to recognize your number, recognize the password, and also recognize the command. Then it will now know what you want it to do. It will reply with its current location, showing you the exact position. It's not going to say Yaoundé, for example. If it says Yaoundé, it's going to show you where in Yaoundé. Is it in Obili? Is it in Balade? It's going to tell you the exact position where the car is. With an error, we have an error range of 10 meters. So even if it's wrong, it's within 10 meters, which is really, really something that it's not yet in the market.
Is it possible to know the people that are driving the car? If you identify your car is on motion, it has been stolen and it's moving, would you be able to know who is in the car? Is there a possibility of having pictures?
No, right now we don't have the possibility of having pictures because it works on SMS. But there's something you can do. You can send another command called the monitor mode. You send simply the word monitor mode to your car. And what your car is going to do is it's going to reply with another SMS to you telling you that it's now okay for you to call. Now, if you call, the car is going to open up as a mic. So you can get what the people who have stolen your car are saying. So you can even get names, you can get where they're going to, you can get the discussions, and that can help you and, of course, the police to track down these perpetrators.
How did you get to discover this?
When we started building this service, we were making use of the internet. We just wanted to build what was already in the market, but we wanted to make it cheaper. So after building it, we're, like I can say, 90% finished. There was a problem with the internet outage in the southwest and northwest regions of Cameroon. So it was two options. It's either we drop the project or we look for an alternative method of communication. We tried the FM stations, the FM frequency, which are used by radios. It did not work because that has to do with poles. So we looked at SMS, and SMS was both cheap, fast, and reliable. And so we implemented that. Took another time, about 2 weeks of constant hard work before we were able to succeed in this.
You are talking about using the GPS, the Global Positioning System. Does it work to everywhere in Cameroon?
Yes, the GPS works everywhere in Cameroon, and the good news is we have more satellites now available. For some people make use of 4 satellites to geolocate their car. We make use of 8, so more accurate information about the location of your car. And our GPS module, which is inside your car, does not only work at the time it locates itself, so it keeps keeping that information. So, for example, Moki, I can say, okay, where were you 10 minutes ago? My car knows that. It's not just where are you right now. It's where were you 15 minutes ago? Where were you 24 hours ago? Where were you last week? So my car keeps all of that information. As it keeps moving, it keeps all the GPS logs inside a database. And for each time you send an SMS, it queries that SMS and understands what you want. For example, if I want to know where my car is right now, it's different from I want to know where my car was 15 minutes ago. So all of this is possible with the SMS situation.
We've got reports, police reports, indicating that some people steal cars from here, go to sell in Chad or Equatorial Guinea and the rest of those countries. Are you capable of covering all these countries too?
That is the advantage with this system. I can say that's what makes this system better. I'll explain it very well to you, Moki. If you install an internet-based tracking system in your car, and your car is stolen and is taken to, for example, you will not be able to track your car. The reason is simple. The internet settings for your network in Cameroon is different from the internet settings for your roaming in Cotonou. But SMS is worldwide. You know what we call SMS roaming, call roaming. So all I need to do is, if my car is stolen and taken to Cotonou, I still have access to, the car can still send SMS back to me. But if I was using internet, that's the end of my car.
But we have different mobile telephone networks here.
Yeah, we make use of any telephone network of your choice. So let's say you want to use MTN, Orange, Nextel, Camtel, anyone you want to use, we make use of that. And all of these network companies in Cameroon have their roaming partners, which allow them to make calls and also send SMS. So these two things, SMS and calls, are always available even when you are roaming.
Without publicity, there are about 3 or 4 telephone companies, mobile telephone companies in Cameroon, MTN, Nextel, and Orange. They also have Camtel. Yes. Are you making use of all of these services? Is it possible to make use? Let's say I have a Camtel phone. Can I subscribe to your service and it'll be okay as if I had a Nextel phone?
Yeah, if you have, let's say, a Camtel phone and Nextel, whatever network you want to use, you tell us the preference. You tell us which of this network you want to use. All we do is we get a SIM card registered under your name, of course, and then we put that SIM card into our module and include that into your car. Now, when you are now sending an SMS command, you are sending an SMS command on the same network, like I can say from if you're MTN to an MTN car, right? This makes it cheaper for you because we know that inter-network or within the same network SMS communication is virtually almost free in Cameroon. For example, not to publicize, I'll say an unlimited SMS communication for 1 month between you and your car is 500 francs. Now, compare that with an unlimited internet for 1 month. We're talking about close to 15,000 and above. Now, so the price you pay per month to track your car with internet is the same price you pay to track your car with SMS for 1 year.
It's 6,000 francs if it is 500 francs. Yeah. And then the issue here may be you can track your car, but how reliable are services? What collaboration do you have with the police such that you can inform them? And have you informed the police of what you are doing so they can help you?
We're thinking of doing that. Like I said, it's just a very new system. We've just started. But one thing is sure. You yourself can report to the police, especially if you know exactly where your car is. And another thing you can do is you can immobilize your car even before calling the police. So you can make your car not to move at all. So let me give you a good example. Somebody has stolen your car and is moving at high speed towards Douala, for example. And you're afraid that once it gets to Douala, maybe those guys are going to be able to scrap down the car, do 1 or 2 things. You simply send an SMS command and your car will not move. Then you can contact the police but we're still looking at how we can communicate with the police and the rest. Right now we have a system which can work with what you've asking. It's called the SOS alert. Now, if you are being attacked by thieves or your car breakdown or something like that, we have a simple Bluetooth button in the car. You can press that button for 4 seconds, and what's going to happen is the car is going to send an SMS alert to 7 numbers that you designate. So it can be your wife, it can be your elder brother, it can be the police, it can be the firefighters, and all of these people are going to get an SMS alert with your car number and the location of the car.
Bruno, you have very interesting discoveries there. I just want to know, for curiosity now, what is the level of your training? When did you become cities?
Well, my mother was a typist, so I started learning how to type when I was young. At the age of from 5, I developed a huge love for computers. I became the computer stico. When I went to the university, I did geography, but specialized in geographic information technology. And after my university studies, I started doing offensive information security on my own. I studied on my own, doing some research, start building some basic. Gradually, as I moved up the ladder, I developed one that's called GCE Helper, a website that helps students to pass the GCE examination. I developed another one called Radio Africans to listen to all radio stations in Africa. And then I developed the Zoomed, the car tracking system with SMS.
You have already gotten to this. How far do you intend to go, Bruno?
I say the love for it will not let me stop. It's one of the biggest. I'm married for 3 years now. We have a big problem. Sometimes I don't sleep early because I want to search, I want to finish up 1 or 2 things. And this, I can say it's like more of a love, which is to an addiction. But really, I don't think I'm going to stop anytime soon. I'll keep developing applications.
Before you leave, Bruno, you just said there are others offering similar services, but prices is your own service you offer.
Because our own service is definitely is cheaper. And for example, let's say we all charge the same for installation, but you are going to pay a minimum of 15,000 a month to track your car using the internet. That's the same amount you're going to pay to track your car using SMS. And we will try to make it, there's really no advantage over the internet, over a lot of the SMS platform. The example, if you are driving a car and using the internet, you send an immobilization command, take place. But with SMS, even if your car was out of range of network, you know, SMS has a longer time to leave. If your car, once the car gets to a network area, that SMS comes in, and your car interprets it and knows 30 minutes ago what the owner wants, and that's what happens. But with the internet, that's really going to.
In terms of pricing, you have it.
For private owners, people with private cars, 1,000 names, 400,000. So like that's half of the price. It's going to be different with the car type. It's also going to be different with how the range of the car. For example, let's say you have an type of things. But
of gadgets already installed in them.
Yes, it's any type of car. And in Limbe, she told me that her car is and she has all the security measures. The car cannot be stolen. And I showed her a simple video of some guys in Dubai. What they do is they open your bonnet, they remove the module of the car, and they put a universal module. Now that universal module overrides their entire. But with this, you yourself, the owner of the car, you don't know where it is, and they cannot locate it because it's really well hidden. And even if they remove your module, it still works.
Well, that's the story of Zoe Bruno, who is able to beat this that was important and came out with a way you can track your car using just an SMS. He installs it in your car and then gives you the code that you can use to communicate with your car, even hear voices. Youths, they're going places. Over to you.
Just love people who go places and set the pace for others to follow. Bruno, thank you for coming on Hello Cameroon. He was here on. Absolutely wanted you to have a little bit more of what he had to say. He's not alone. There are many more Cameroonians like that. If you're one of those, please hook up with Hello Cameroon. We need to the world. Now, another aperçu of programs or the new ways we'll be doing programs on
to the 10th edition of the National Physical Education Day taking place here in the, after a week of so many activities, it is what the trouble for is his or herself. A nation, the Ministry of Sports and did like us can live healthily, We say when we do physical exercise, we become very, very, very healthy.
With the national flag given the pace of the steps, the people of the East region autism. Worth noting is that not only those in were admitted to participate in the sports world, but equal outfit via the prison, the market, on location as somewhere doctor the and moves on. Those who did not know had to discover it, while others struggled to read the a generator of health, national unity for an emerging Cameroon. At certain spots, the population was drilled to relevant physical exercise so as to ease the movement. Some abandoned halfway. The activities are different tune. The physical exercises were directed to the rhythm of the traditional dance. Amusing, exciting, more fun than exercises, but as the population got used to the rhythm, there was uniformity.
I feel good because, sport is an activity that enhances our health. And it's a great thing that the head of state, Minister of Youth and Sport and Physical Education, organized this exercise. It's not every day that under the banner of the head of state. So that should be encouraged.
I was very happy to march on this day, and it was a place that I have never seen today. I've seen many.
Elated by the outcome, called on all the inhabitants as this is for the development of the nation, he says.
Meters of work, here we are again at the ceremonial ground. With lot of animation and physical activities. And from here we say hello, I'm Elizabeth Mbombo.
Hello, Elizabeth, and a wonderful physical education moment there to you in Betua. And think it's definitely something that we should copy and try to do. 8 o'clock, and we're about to have news in the French language. But first, let's have a moment of advert.
SMS in data jackpot 100 francs, 200 francs, 250 francs, and 300 francs.
Nextel, the best 3G network in Cameroon.
Même les enfants, que ça nous laisse. Comme doivent vous accompagner pendant le 8 mars. Je suis là bien. Sans acheter. Grande tombola. À l'eau à payer, déjà disponible dans la boutique, Ecotex, Sika, et à 6 800 francs.
Exceptionnel et renversant. En 2017.
Pour 2 produits achetés, le 3e est offert.
Je dis bien. Venez. Tout cadeau d'exception.
3 égale 2 à la caisse.
3 égale 2 à la caisse jusqu'en 2017.
Vita Shop pour vivre longtemps et mourir ensemble.
Il y a un Vita Shop pas loin de...
Découvrez les forfaits MTN GoPlan avec assez de... à votre style de vie.
It's
Promotion de nos langues locales, le ministre de l'Éducation de base échangera tout à l'heure avec les linguistes, les écoles expérimentales et quelques partenaires qui apportent un appui à l'enseignement de la langue maternelle au Cameroun. Coupe d'Afrique à Douala aujourd'hui, 3e étape de la tournée instruite par le chef de l'État Paul Biya pour permettre aux populations de savourer le 5 des lions indomptables. La Cour suprême a fait sa rencontre hier devant un parterre de membres de gouvernement et de nombreux invités. Daniel Mokobessonet, le premier président de la dite Cour, a délivré 2017. Suivons le reportage de
Diffusé dans une actualité permanente dans cette rentrée solennelle de la Cour suprême par l'entrée Mokobessonet devant un parterre de personnalités représentant différentes les partis politiques, la majorité présidentielle et l'opposition venus assister du maître des séances portant sur la différence Justice privée et justice publique.
Dans le fond, la justice va s'installer dès lors que les populations sauront que ce n'est pas la justice qu'on peut être dans la paix, conduire toujours celle des autres, mais pas celle de tout le monde.
Étaient également les autres acteurs de la justice que Daniel Mekobe-Sonnet.
La justice privée, c'est simplement la manifestation d'une défiance. On leur rôle à jouer dedans, même que dans les justices. Il faut que cela change. Les avocats sont prêts à y contribuer, mais je pense que les citoyens savent où se trouvent les causes de ce manque.
Après le kaléidoscope, le premier président de la Cour suprême, Assemblée, a œuvré pour que 2017 soit retenu comme une année de...
La justice privée populaire doit reculer, céder le pas à une justice publique plus équitable. C'est ça inaugural judiciaire de l'année judiciaire.
Le tri, les sites, le plus haut des magistrats du pays. Intolérable dérive qui menace l'état de droit au Cameroun.
On peut citer également les employés qui séquestrent leurs employeurs dans l'entreprise ou font des sittings pour faire entendre leurs revendications, marge de toute procédure prévue en matière. Certains enseignants qui désertent les salles de classe ou des amphithéâtres.
Si cette inflation de la justice privée est une réaction rapide du législateur et une mise à jour urgente des capacités du personnel judiciaire.
En vue de la canalisation des androïdes. Il faut donc non seulement des lois androïdes, mais
du code pénal parmi quelques allusions. Le procureur général Luc Jodo indique ainsi concilie la promotion des droits de l'homme avec la préservation de l'ordre public et de la paix. 22 février 2017, jour de publication d'un rapport d'Amnesty International qui n'épargne pas le Cameroun parmi 159 pays et territoires cités.
Campagne caféière 2016-2017, le lancement officiel a eu lieu hier dans l'Union Efumu, région du Centre. Occasion Tangana, question de limiter les exportations. Plus de détails.
Du café déconditionné sur place, ça se passe dans cette usine. Producteur de Mangan, situé non loin d'Akonolinga, dans la région du Centre. La localité qui regorge de nombreux jeunes amateurs d'agriculture pour le lancement d'une campagne avec en toile de fond pour sauver la production caféière au Cameroun.
Le potentiel et le marché est très très prometteur. Ce que nous avons quand nous organisons ces manifestations.
De l'office du producteur, acteur clé dans le processus de la production qui est passé de 23 865 tonnes l'année 2014-2015 à 24 500 tonnes pour la campagne 2015-2016.
La qualité de notre arabica et la robustesse gustative de notre robusta sont telles que nous avons notre place sur le marché. Tout n'est pas noir en ce que nous avons commencé à nous approprier notre production, à prescrit, à donner de la valeur ajoutée locale à notre production.
Annonce pour les jours à venir à Mengan, ville tampon entre la région du centre. Le projet Un jeune, une caféière, de quoi renforcer la production locale du.
Et tout à l'heure, la Coupe d'Afrique des Nations de football 2017, le trophée arrive à Douala aujourd'hui. C'est la 3e étape de cette tournée instruite par le chef de l'État. Il Foussam dans la région de l'Ouest.
Singulier contraste d'ombre et de lumière. Trophée de la Nord-Ouest. Une opposition des couleurs et de tons, c'est une sensation spéciale. La tribu de la puissance des lions indomptables, triomphalement portée par le joueur Jonathan Nguem, marche solennelle des victoires sous la sport et de l'éducation populaire comme ici à Obsession. La présence de l'élite politique et l'initiative du Nord-Ouest à cette cérémonie, la Cannes, la sortie des jeunes dans les rues et surtout au campus de Bambili, malgré le climat de peur volontairement, montre qu'à travers la victoire, les Camerounais peuvent encore faire mieux qu'ils ne le font d'ordinaire au plan politique. Un élément conciliant, apte à faire disparaître les causes des différends. On l'aura remarqué en sillonnant les avec la mobilisation de la commerce chez la présence dans la loge officielle de John Fundi du Social Democratic Front et bien d'autres acteurs.
Les Camerounais sont unis malgré la mésentente qu'on a à Bamenda, mais la population nous a prouvé qu'ils peuvent. Les Camerounais ont compris que la coupe ne concerne pas la pas les humeurs qui courent dans.
L'autour du trophée de la CAN 2017 à Bamenda ce mercredi est la preuve irréfutable de ce que, Bia le dit régulièrement, les Lions dans le groupe, une parfaite illustration de l'intégration nationale, du vivant.
Merci d'avance. Parce qu'il sera 8 heures, je vous laisse là en compagnie de Pochitan.
Thank you very much, Marie-Laurence Kay. And maybe to start your day, you like some fruit? Would you share something? Sugar cane?
Sugar cane.
Sugar cane. Have a beautiful day. And see you back in music to sometime like maybe about more than 30 years. Our music from Bamunland is a man who's been through a lot, but yet who's always risen above his challenges. Reason why he keeps songs. Please let's enjoy. This is a retro clip on Hello Cameroon. It'll be wonderful. That's a story of motherhood and how mothers go thick and thin to carry you, nurse you, feed you. You want to make them proud or not. That's a story for another. There's an artist who is called Virus the Sparks. I hope I got it right. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
All right. Welcome. About yourself. How would you describe yourself, artist?
I would like to describe myself as multi-talented.
Okay.
More than just one kind of artist. I'm into music, but at the same time, I'm into graphic arts and.
All right. And I saw one of your releases.
Yeah.
It's a single.
Yes, a single
on YouTube.
Yes.
And I hope that thanks to it.
Got me look just like Windows 8. The window into my life and let the wind into my heart. I knew that people gon' hate from the start. You and I smoking hot, but no cigars. Not only Sakadi Mata, who be star on this dance floor, girl, you taken. Oh, better not be mistaken. Need to see you by my side when I'm waking. Sabi this treat me like Maggie. He go join me and you lucky. Sabina, your love did do me strong thing for her.
Focus on the stars so that this morning is one of those days that you might feel like you're surrounded by shadows. But me, Pochi, I hope you have your eyes of Hello Cameroon, because right now it's not working. Technical issues. There are days like that. I'm okay, and Sparks will be yours again on another edition. And Pamela, the dancer, will definitely have her again. For now, bye-bye. Have a beautiful day. That's all we could get for you.